Good morning, everyone. I was there. I wasn't there. Here I am. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. I am your host today. My name's Joanne. For those that are new here, I am the Director of Marketing and Live Training here with Legendary Marketer. And do we have a treat for you today? We have a returning guest. She has been a mastermind speaker. She is an absolutely massive ball of energy, of light, of love, of realness, of hustle. Those are my initial descriptions of this amazing person. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do a few housekeeping items, like I always do, before I bring her on. Good morning, Kathy, Carol, everyone that's hopping on in. If you would like to get a notification of when we go live every day, all you need to do is head over to legendarymarketer.com/WUL, and it will redirect you right into a Facebook broadcast room. You'll join that room. You don't get any other messages. No one else can DM that is a part of that room. All you get are 5 notifications a week, about a minute or two once we go live. They'll hit your alerts with Facebook that we are live with a direct link right to the show. So head over to legendarymarketer.com/WUL and join the broadcast room. And if you are brand new here, checking things out, not quite sure where to go, where to start. I see that. Where do I start? It's right here. Our 5-day challenge, learnlaunchleadchallenge.com. Head over there. That is where you start. It's $5. It's 5 days. You get an advisor all the way through it. You get a ton of help. You get a ton of bonuses. And it definitely gives you everything you need. 1, to decide, is this something I'm into? And 2, oh, I can actually take action with what I'm learning in this 5-day, $5 challenge, which is pretty cool. So go check it out, learnlaunchleadchallenge.com. All right, without further ado, get ready. Please welcome the one and only run-on magic mom, the lovely Rochelle. Good morning. How are you
Hey,
today?
good morning.
Welcome back to the show. Every time you've been on, you've been with Dave. So
I know, I was shocked. I was like, wait, it's Joanne.
I have the pleasure of being on with you today, which is funny because I'm on pretty regular, but for some reason, I've never been on with you.
No, no, never.
Which is awesome. So it has been a little bit. You've been in the online space though for a hot minute, for a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
For anyone new here, let's give them your backstory. What were you doing? What were you looking for? And how did you find Legendary?
So oh my gosh, I haven't told this story in so long. I feel like I have an accounting degree. I have my MBA. I was when I had my baby, I went to work for my parents. My parents own a couple of Dairy Queens. So I went to work for them because I was in the car dealer industry doing F&I. And if anyone has ever been in that, they're unpredictable hours. So my husband's like, listen, just if you can make enough to pay for the mortgage, go work for your parents. Like, there's no way you can go back to this. I'm like, okay. So I went to work for them, and probably like a couple years into it, I saw a girl online. It's so bizarre. And she was like drinking this cup of coffee. And I was like, hey, like, what's this coffee? And she was like, here, like, try it. So I started drinking it, and I'm like, this is great. Like, it was just like energy and weight loss, before FDA starts being crazy on stuff, but we won't go there right now. But anyway, so I was like, this is great. And she's like, why don't you like sell it? And I was like, what do you mean sell a coffee? She's like, yeah, like, that was the day I got introduced to network marketing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. I just got to tell my story and I make lots of money. Like, literally is how it started for me. I mean, it took off. So My parents, like, we went through some management stuff, and I decided not to go back last January. It might be the January before. And so I was like, okay, I got to figure something out, because if I have to go, because again, network marketing is like anything else. My husband's like, you got to run with it when the fire is hot, like,
Mhm.
and it's like anything else. Like,
Mhm.
that is why people jump around, guys.
Mhm.
They see that gold shiny object and they're off to the next thing. But that's literally what network marketing is. It's super
Mhm.
unpredictable, from month to month, or you guys know. You guys know. If anybody knows, you guys know. You never know if something ugly is gonna rear, or and it just changes everything. So I was like, it was like December of 2022, and I was like, I have to do something. I was paying like Fiverr to run ads for me. Like, I was desperate. Like, desperate, like, if not, like, you're gonna have to go find a job. And I was like, oh, I cannot do this. So I was absolutely desperate in December. And I was miserable,
Yeah.
when you're just like, miserable mess.
Yeah.
So I was sitting in church at the end of December, and the preacher said, if 2022, like, blah 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 blah, what are you going to change about it in 2023? And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's talking to me, like, I'm miserable,
Mhm.
and I had been seeing all these girls like make money online, and this course is $7, because it was seven then. And I'm like, this is a scam, like, I'm like, there's no way. And one of my friends actually was like talking about it one day. And I'm like, did you take this course? And she's like, yeah, but I just didn't have time to get it going. I'm like, is it a real thing? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I sat down, I took the course. I think I took it, what was it, 14 days? I think I took it in like 8. I'm like, if I'm going to do this, we got to do this.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
it in like 8, got the blueprints, which was the best thing ever, because like, they just helped me so much. That 1 o'clock call, like, I was like, thank God,
Mhm.
because I'm computer illiterate. Like, this is exactly what I needed. So I was like, I just, it was, I can't explain your course more than just like everything that was missing that network marketing never taught you about, like, about funneling, and about getting people in, making videos. Like, if I had to friend one more person and wish them happy birthday, or I was like, I can't do this anymore. So when I took your course, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the answer to my prayers. Like, this, it literally was like the turning point of my life. I'm like, why have I been doing network marketing for 4 years and nobody's told us about this? Like, and
Right.
that's literally, like, I could go on and on about the course. I was like, what? Like, I just didn't understand, like, why aren't we doing this? Like,
Mhm.
this is why these industries are failing. Like, can't we all just take your course and figure it out? Like, they would make so much money, Like, get them in a funnel, show them what's new, connect. Like,
Mhm.
stop making them like friend people, get in gardening groups. I'm like, why are we talking about gardening? I don't even garden, make friends. I'm like, but your way, like, it was just a turning point for me.
Right.
So
Right.
I did that since last January. Well, the January 23rd of 2023.
Mhm.
I've been doing it ever since. I dabbled in digital products a little bit, but honestly, right now, because when I say when the fire's hot, you got to jump. I'm actually really dabbling with TikTok Shop.
Right.
So,
Love
so I've kind of like, but I wouldn't know how to do that without this course. Like,
it.
it's
Right.
still the foundation that we learned in this course for everything at this point,
Mhm.
But
It
yeah,
really is, and I'm going to back that up. Let's dive into that just for a second. It's not about promoting one product, or it has to
correct.
be this or that. What we do here at Legendary is teach you all the skills you need for marketing,
Correct.
for marketing. And every single business that exists needs marketing, needs marketers, needs knowledgeable marketers, and they need those skills. And They don't have to add to their ad budget by having an affiliate program, which is why most of them have it.
Mhm.
You get to learn affiliate marketing. You get to learn, you can go into digital products. You can go create your own course. I mean, yesterday it was an awesome interview. We had a lady who is certified with lashes. That's what her thing is. So she made a digital course and her own certification off of our education to add in and grow her online presence that way. I mean, that's what's
That's
possible.
awesome.
It's
Correct.
anything's possible when you have the base of those digital marketing skills. Because it's all the same. I don't care what you're marketing, what you're building, you got to learn those things first or it will never work out. And yeah,
Correct.
TikTok shop is huge right now. And I love how you are now teaching your audience how to get into that and to use their foundational skills that they gained here and add that stream of income, which is pretty cool.
I mean, and it's fun. But my husband's like, if you get any more samples and junk sent to this house, like I have like boxes everywhere. So when they say that, that is a true thing. Like I have stuff everywhere. I had to like cut back a little bit because I'm like, I can't, like, I can't. There's so much stuff comes every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta stop.
I love it. I love it. That's
It is. It's so fun. But
so
again, it's back to, you guys showed us how to create the videos. You guys, showed us how, like, the basics. It's literally TikTok Shop's affiliate marketing. That's what it is.
it is. It's affiliate
Like, that's
marketing.
what it
Yeah,
is.
it
That's it.
absolutely is.
And a lot I've also seen, which, I keep seeing these posts for network marketing companies. Like they're all either dropping out of the
Mhm.
world or they are going to an affiliate program. I'm involved
They
with one
are.
right now, and
They
I
are.
know that's where it's headed. I'm like, girls, you better be prepared. Like, like
Mhm.
I've seen the emails come through. Like I understand the verbiage, but that's literally where everyone's headed. So the best advice I can give is learn affiliate marketing.
Yeah,
You
learn it
know?
now,
hmm
especially if you are in network marketing right now.
Correct.
You have to start making that transition to understanding all the basics of marketing. I don't want to say true marketing. You're never going to be doing birthday DMs. I remember I joined like a high school group, like our class of whatever Facebook group. And the DMs of network marketing, like, oh, it's so nice to reconnect with you. And I'm like, here we go.
They're
Here we
gonna
go.
sell you something. And it's just such a breath of fresh air to post videos. Like you guys see, I use Run on Magic Mom. Now my name's come out a little bit because we had a little bit of craziness happen at our house. But like people was like, oh my gosh, that's you. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. So my husband is an elected official for our state. So I never used my name.
Mhm.
Never used my name. And for that reason. But now it's kind of, I don't even, but I don't care. Like whatever. Like you're to the point where once you're, I don't care. Like you got something, like if I know so many people, they're like, I don't want people to see me. I'm like, okay, well, don't use your name. Like, just do it. Just get out there and do it. I will say though, over the summer, my daughter plays travel ball and we were super busy.
Mhm.
And like for anyone that thinks they can do this 1 day a week, take off two, like
Mhm.
listen, my summer was rough because the commitment level like it's not what you guys see everyone saying, oh, just 20 minutes a day. That's
Mhm.
baloney. I mean, 20 minutes a day if you batch for 4 hours on Sunday, yes, but you gotta, it really affects you if you're not consistent.
Yeah, there is, I think that's one of the struggles in our industry.
hmm
When people go, oh, it's all passive. It's not
hmm
passive. It's really
Correct.
not. You still have to do something every day within your business. You
I
have
mean,
to. You
there's
have
a
to.
difference between me making a living off of it and someone who just wants to make $100 a month. I mean,
Absolutely. There's that
there
difference
is a
too.
difference, even with like TikTok shop.
Yep.
But your consistency, like again, my summer, I was like, And now I'm like, reaping from it. Like, all right, like I can't believe you played around all summer.
You'll see a dip. And
Yeah.
the reality is you got to go. And I love that you can go, you know what? I changed the amount of work I was putting into it.
Yep.
I changed the amount of time I was putting
Yep.
into it. This is the result of that. But I have control over that,
Yep.
and I can make those adjustments. And a lot of times people forget you changed something. That's why it's now different
Correct.
now, right? You may have hopped around through 6 offers in 5 weeks. Your audience isn't going to like that. You may have decided to put out 10 offers all at once, and then you're like, this offer isn't converting. I'm like, well, you got 9 others with it. Why would it convert at the same level when it was your only one, right? When I started, I was posting 3 times a day, but I do it once a day now, and everything's changed. I'm suddenly not making the same, I'm not bringing in the same number of leads.
Correct.
Well, yeah, you stopped putting out the same amount of content, but they forget that something happens when you make a change. And we got to remember that. But at the same time, as a newbie, guys, I don't want you to be like, I have to put 8 hours into this or I'm screwed. I want everyone to, you got to just find the pockets of your time and commit to those, and then grow it as you get better, as you gain more confidence, as the overwhelm isn't overtaking you. It's better to just, what can I give it today, and do that.
Correct.
And stay there and keep going. And then you're going to find more time. You're going to find more hours. You're going to find more pockets. And pretty soon you're going to start seeing a shift happen, because it just becomes really freaking fun.
I was going to say, when it becomes fun and you start making money, you're like, oh, this is great. Like that's when you're like, yes, like, but again, back to you saying about skipping around, it's just like network marketing. Like I look at these people now, I'm like, dude, I used to think you were great and you've been through 12 different companies and you want me to believe that this is the best product on the market now.
You lose trust.
Yeah.
Your audience is, bye, peace out.
Correct. So anytime someone ever asks me, like, I'm like, here's what I recommend for affiliate marketing if you're a brand new, don't know anything about it, and here's what I recommend for TikTok Shop. That's it. Like there's no, this is it. Like this is what taught me this is what taught me this. That's it, which I think you guys should just start TikTok Shop, just for the record. It would make my job easier. Can we get an expert in the field?
I did tease yesterday to our affiliates in an email, and I'm going to tease it right now. We have something new coming. That would not replacing anything. We have something all new coming within the next 2 weeks.
Please, I hope it is, because it will make my life easier. But people,
it is not TikTok Shop.
Dang!
But I freaking love it.
Darn it!
October 2023, we had a meeting. There were 2 things we wanted to do. We already did one. We made our challenge a 5-day challenge. Learn, launch, lead. That was started back October 2023. That's when we started the planning for all of that. Oh my gosh. And now we finally get to do our big number 2 that we had for 2024. And I'm so freaking pumped for it. So that's all I'm going to say.
Can't wait. We can't wait.
Oh, which is awesome. It'll give people more options, choices, even a variety of niches could take advantage of it. So we'll go from there.
Love it.
Holly's like, ooh, very exciting. Andrew, you did tease us really good. Yes, I'm going to tease it.
Well, we can't wait, just for the record.
I've actually been dropping little tiny nuggets for probably 4 months now, in emails, in posts, everywhere, even in Wake Up Legendary. Which is funny. All right, so let's talk TikTok Shop, because you know what? Not a single guest has talked about it yet that we've had on. You are our first.
Wow.
So I will say, TikTok Shop is freaking booming right now. It's like the modern day QVC, so to speak. Sometimes when I log in, I'm like, whoa, I bought one thing off TikTok Shop and now that's my whole feed.
And getting back to QVC, I got a message from them. They're on TikTok Shop the other
Oh.
day. Yeah, like they're running this big campaign. And I was like, QVC is on like they're running campaigns and they, I could join or whatever. But I was like, okay, like this is wild at this point in time. QVC is on TikTok Shop. Like it's funny that's what you brought up. But it is. I thought it was great. I was like, really? Interesting.
So TikTok Cynthia, you haven't heard of it? Oh, let's fill in. What is, for those that don't know what TikTok Shop is? Let's give us a quick rundown, or a big rundown. Doesn't need to be quick.
So there's like different ways to do it. I honestly only got into because people when I go live, which I have been banned from Facebook. So if anyone watches my lives, I think I'm allowed back on today. So I'll be back live today. But uh don't ask. I have no idea what I actually even did, but whatever. Okay. I can probably guess, but we won't go there. So so TikTok has like two different things. You can either make videos, make videos, make videos. That's what I like to do. Or you can go live. Where I mean, people are making thousands going like doing it's crazy. Now it has been slow. Everybody like I'm in these groups are like, what is happening? Rumor has it election and they're starting all their Black Friday sales on November 13th. So if you haven't heard of TikTok Shop and you want to get in, like November 13th, they promise they're going to start pushing out videos like crazy. So right now, I guess they don't want to like flood you guys with that kind of stuff. And with the election, they don't want anyone to like be influenced by,
Right.
I don't think it's bizarre, but okay. So you can either go live, like they'll run campaigns, or you can just pick your own products. Like, do I do campaigns? Sometimes it depends. But they'll run campaigns like the Golly Gummy did a month of campaigns, like they were giving away cars and you get paid for every product. So if you log on and you see these people like showing Golly Gummy bottles, you're like, that's so bizarre. But the truth is they're making thousands a day by just having, which I think is so bizarre still. Like I'm like,
so let me just preface, we don't guarantee any income.
No.
There are people that do make money. There are people that make no money.
Correct.
We have no guarantee of your results. I want to make that abundantly clear right now.
I mean, we don't guarantee it, but a lot of them in the groups I'm in will, you're like, you just did what? Going live for like 4 hours. Some go live for 8 hours. I like the video aspect.
Oh, 8-hour live.
Oh
yeah, wild.
But they kind of just show the product, some of them, and they don't really like. You just have to talk, and it's I don't know, but a lot like me, I like to do videos. So when they'll send you free samples, it depends. I tell everyone they say 5,000 followers. I've seen people get in with 1,000 or less. So you just got to keep checking. And once you get in, like in the beginning, like they'll send you free samples, like you pick and see. But but once you start selling, it's like my emails probably I wake up to like 300 emails a day. Hey, I'm like, oh my goodness. But it just depends what you want. Back to your niche. If you're in a certain niche, I have a softball account, I promote a lot of stuff on there, not always softball, like kind of the busy mom stuff, softball, that kind of stuff. And if you have a niche, I see people doing it with a niche, without a niche. It just, it just depends what you want to do. They do faceless, which you guys talk all the time about faceless. It's the same thing. You just have a product in your hands instead of wording on a screen or however you do faceless. Right. It's the exact same thing as you teach, except you get a link at the bottom. And I wish you guys could We need the link at the bottom of our screen. Can you like can I make videos and put the link so they can just click here instead of like click the link in my bio, you know? Like I just want the little link. Like click this link, you know, it'll make my life so much easier.
I wonder if you can add a course to a TikTok shop.
Yes, like that's what we need. Can we do that? But it's the exact same thing. Like you just need 1,000, sometimes 5,000 followers, which you can get them. Like it's not that hard. And then you just promote products. And a lot of people start out by just finding products they have around the house that are already on TikTok Shop. You know, and they'll like the one campaign was like post 5 videos for me and I'll pay you $100. I'm like, okay, you know. But it's back to gaining people's trust a little bit, like me going live today. So when I go live today, I talk more about how I learned TikTok Shop and how I learned affiliate marketing than I do about a certain product. I will link in my live a list of products that are viral right now. If you're just starting out, like a list of products that I would recommend, and I'll like explain to them why. But really, like I still keep my page as I'm here to help you learn.
Right.
That's what I like to do.
I think it's smart. I think it's smart.
Yes, that's what I like to do.
It goes back to trust.
Correct.
This is what my main focus is. And you're still at the same time showing them products of how you are putting it into practice yourself above and beyond just educating, but also have affiliate links, have multiple streams of income, and doing all the things, which is pretty cool.
But TikTok Shop is fun, guys. Like it's fun. Like, oh, wonder what's in this box today. You know, like it is fun. Like it just, if you're looking for something fun to do, always start with this course. Learn affiliate marketing. This is what I preach. Like if you don't know what affiliate marketing is, start here and then get your grasp and then start TikTok Shop. Like, but you got to have a general idea. You can't just go in there and be like, oh, hey, you know, you got to learn.
Yeah, there's no way you can just be like, all right, today I'm going to start a TikTok shop.
Right.
And then have no clue. Like you need to, there's a lot that is involved.
But listen,
understand how to make that work.
Like I had a video and I was like, this is so dumb. It was like my husband and my friend talking at the ball field and it has like 4.5 million views. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Talking about a pair of sunglasses. So don't overthink the process because it's just like anything else. Like don't overthink it. Like I have no reason. It's just like Facebook. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. It's like playing the lottery. I think Dave says that all the time. It's like playing the lottery. You don't know what video you're going to put up and it's going to make you the money. Like there's some videos that they don't make me anything for sure. But there's other videos like it's just like anything else. It's like playing the lottery and you know you can't give up. That's one thing for sure. Is it work? Yes, everything's work, but you got to make a decision like, hey, do I want to work a 9 to 5 or do I want to like get out of working a 9 to 5 in the next 6 weeks? Or I just need an extra couple bucks. Okay, cool. Then just make 2 videos, sit down on Sunday, make 14 videos for the week and just post, like that's what I try to explain to people all the time. Just what's your niche? Do you have a niche? Like, do you want to stick with the niche or do we just want, it's just back to exactly what you guys teach. Like it's exactly what it is for everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It all goes back to you got to learn the skills. 2, you got to be consistent as ever. And you got to have some grit.
Yeah.
You got to have some self-worth, some confidence that's really going into, I'm worthy of the work. I'm worthy to keep showing up for myself, even when no one's watching at first.
Mm-hmm.
And to keep going.
And that's what happens. At first, you're like, no one's even watching. I'm done. But really, I have a Facebook account that has 3,000 followers. Like, it's just, again, you get certain things and people start to watch you and people are like, oh, like, she's kind of cool,
Mhm.
And then today, like when I go back on live again, and that's another thing, like I'm real bad when it comes to schedules. I'm like all over the place. Like I don't know why I agreed to doing it today after like Halloween. This morning I'm like, that was dumb. What was I thinking? But here I am. I was like, oh, 2 days, a couple days for election, a day after Halloween. I'm like, oh, this was a great day for us to pick. But like it's just like everything else, I stink at schedules. Like on my live,
Mhm.
I admit that all the time. I'm all over the place.
Mhm.
And that's one thing me and my husband said after Tuesday. Yes, he's up for reelection, but after Tuesday, like it's time to get it together again. You got
Right.
it.
Right.
And for me, it's so hard, like travel, softball, this, but it's all an excuse. Like, okay, we'll get up at, I'm going to give you an example. This girl on TikTok shop, in the one group I'm in, she gets up every single day. So if you guys right there, or if you guys like, I just need to make some extra money, I don't have time. She gets up every single day from at 5 a.m. and does videos from 5 a.m. to 8, like changes her clothes, does the whole thing, and then goes to work for 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Every single day. That's how she runs her TikTok shop.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, you're such an inspiration.
Right.
Like but that's what she does. Like every single
Yeah.
day from 5 a.m. to 8
And
a.m.
every day she could tell herself a new excuse of why she shouldn't show up
Correct.
that morning. And once you start doing that, that becomes a habit.
Hmm.
And now you didn't just miss one day. Now you've missed 3.
Correct.
Now you've
It's
missed
just like
7.
working out.
Now you've missed 3
Right.
weeks. It is. It's
Yep.
just like working out.
It's just like working out.
It was a quote like maybe a month ago that a guest said, well, on with Dave, that the hardest workout is opening the front door to the gym.
Yep.
The hardest workout is deciding I'm going to still post something today. I'm still going to take action within my
Correct.
business today. I'm going to find the time. I'm going to make the time today and
Hmm.
keep going and keep going.
And it's hard. Like, don't let anyone
Yeah.
tell you, unless you're an organized, life under control person, which if you are, please counsel me because I need it. But but like it's hard. I mean, my kids at school, like I'm like, oh, my husband's home today. Are you kidding me right now? I don't make videos around anybody. They have to leave. I'm like, you gotta leave. Like,
Right.
I can't make videos if you're around. They think I'm
Yeah.
crazy. They're like, Mom, really? I'm like, go. Like it's a mental thing with me.
Mhm.
So like when they're home, I'm like, oh, geez, like great,
Right.
So
Right.
the 5 to 8, like getting up at 5 for me probably would benefit me, but it's just the mental making excuses. Like,
Mhm.
okay, I said to my husband the other, I'm like, this girl is killing it right now on TikTok shop. She's posting 12 videos a day. He was like,
Dang.
and I was like, he was like, so why aren't you? I'm like, I don't know. But that's the truth. Like
Right.
when you see these people being successful, watch what they're doing. Watch how
Mhm.
many emails they send you in a week. Watch how, like, you can't sit there and be like, you can't go bash somebody for putting in the work and making the money when you're not doing a quarter of that. Like, that's what makes me so mad when I see people on social media bashing other people. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? There's billions of people on social media and you feel the need to talk bad about this person or this person or this person's business. Like, put in the work because that could be you, but you decide not to. You'd rather talk about them instead.
Right.
That's where I'm like, I don't, like even
It's
the
an
income
attack. It's
plans,
putting them
yeah,
down. It's trying to make them feel good. Sometimes it works in a way to their benefit. They feel better about it. And going back to the point of when you're looking at other people and comparing, so many in that new stage, those first few
yeah,
months, and there is moments where you got to do work when nobody's watching. We said that earlier. You can't let that be the reason you quit.
correct.
You can't compare yourself to someone else and go, oh, they're doing 12 videos a day. I can't do that, so I quit. No, you go, you know what? Awesome for that person. They can do 12 a day. I can do 1. I can do 2. Do that.
Correct.
Just keep showing up how you can.
That is the biggest thing. Like that is seriously, you got to show up. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the influencers right now. I watch them on their like stories, and I'm like, man, they're like rock stars. Like they're on their stories showing and putting on makeup, and I'm like, no wonder you're so successful. Like
Mhm.
you show up, and when
Right.
you're like, when you're discouraged, just be like, okay, you might not need to make $1 million. You might, you might be okay with a little bit.
Mhm.
Show up a little bit every day and just, and at some point you may get to the point where you're like, this is so fun that you will show up more, or,
Right.
you may have the opportunity to have more time to show up, but it is, looking at videos and looking at other people that are super successful, I'm like, did they show up? Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing else I can say. They
It
show up,
it really
when
comes back to that. How often are you showing up? Are you sending emails? Are you landing? I mean, I'm in your I getting ready. I checked out what you were doing. I opted into your campaign. I get emails from you every
Mhm.
day. I got emails landing, and there's some marketers out there. I won't get an email for 3 weeks from them at a
Mhm.
time. It's wild. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did you
In my
miss out on?
beginning, yeah, even like
What
my
did you miss
beginning
out on?
emails were kind of like, I just walked you like
Mhm.
through they're so outdated when you sign up now, but I thought, should I take them off or should I leave them? And I'm like, it kind of walks you through when I started, and
Good.
like like if it's maybe a little bit of encouragement, that they're so outdated. But
But you're
I
still
said
showing
broadcast
up.
though too.
But you're
But I'm
still
like,
showing up, right? It doesn't
right,
have to be
right.
perfect, guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to
Yes.
do it.
Yes, but it also gives you a little bit of encouragement. Like you saw
Mhm.
my, like, I'm starting out at zero. Here I am, and throughout the process, like, okay, like here's another way that I'm trying. So, so you
Mhm.
get to see me as a person, kind of,
Yeah,
throughout the emails too.
and that's important to do. So I'm gonna bring something up that I love, and um, whether you realize it or not. So you are a Blueprint student. You
Mm-hmm,
have access to our live ongoing support that we have
hmm
just about every day, unless Ryan's out of town or we have decade in a day, that sort of thing. But for the most part, and a lot of times in our community, they think, oh, support calls, hot seat, it's just for that first month. But what I love about you, you're like, you felt a lull. You were at like 100,000 followers. You felt a little lull going on. You needed some advice. You needed to be able to bounce some ideas. So you hopped on a live support
hmm
call, and you continue whenever you need it. You take advantage of it. You're like making changes to your funnel. You're like, I'm going to hop on a support call and
I
just,
don't think they're working. Oh my
right?
God. Safety, Ryan. Like those, absolutely. Like that's worth every dime just
Right?
to get rid of that like panic attack you feel,
It was like a year, 2 years later, you're still going, you know what? I'm going to hop on a quick support call and just bounce this off and just make sure everything's cool. I'm making some changes. I'm doing this. I found a roadblock. I'm not quite sure here. I'm just going to get with somebody that isn't, you know, a husband, a friend who has no clue. You can ask them a
Correct.
good question and get a quality answer to help you keep moving forward. But that's one of the cool things is you always can hop into that. And I saw it earlier, success leaves clues. And it's when you're always plugged in going, I'm worthy to ask the question no matter what stage I'm in.
Yep, exactly. And don't be afraid to do it. Like I do it. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm debating switching my email system right now, and I'm like, oh, Ryan's gonna hate me if I try that,
Not at all. Bring it. Bring it.
He's gonna be like, oh gosh, what are you thinking? Because I'm going to jump on the calls and be like, but that is why I'm, successful. I don't spend, 12 hours YouTube and Google and or whatever, like, because
Right.
I'm computer illiterate. Like, I know people like, you make all these, yeah, but I have no idea besides those videos what goes on behind the scenes. Like, and for me, that's such a bonus. Like it is
Mhm.
worth, I tried Fiverr, I've tried all those, and I never got results that I wanted. Where here, you guys have it set up if I want to change something, if I want to, whatever. And then if I have issues, or I'll be like, hey, Ryan, what do you think of this? Or, it's just the options are so like great because, like I
Yeah.
said, if you want to start a new niche tomorrow, you have a funnel built. Well, if I don't like it, I'll just switch some things around and away I go. It's
Right.
just the whole, you literally have a dummy proof system in front of you with the blueprints. And if you're still not getting it, you call in, like you zoom in.
Right. Exactly. Or you're in
Simple.
a new stage of your business and you're adding this, or you want to change
Mhm.
that, you hop back in a call. It's
Yeah.
so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're
I
just
love
one
it.
of the people that didn't have too big of an ego to go, I have another question. And it didn't matter. And I
Correct.
want everyone to understand that's what's cool about it. And that's what's going to keep you growing a business. That's what's going to keep your business around, is when you're willing to go, all right, I need some help with this. Let's grab some help here. Let's do this. Let's grow that. Let's add this, and keep plugging in, instead of always being in that mindset of, all right, I got to do work for a month, and then everything should be automated and perfect, and I never have to do anything, and then it's not working and I don't know why. There's always something to do. How about that? There's always something to do, right?
There is. And there's always the little glitches in the system too, like,
Yeah.
it's just like I said, I'm debating. I'm like love Aweber, love but I'm like, should I get a system? What system IO, or like, I'm in that debating stage right now. I just it's so if I do it, I'm sure Ryan's gonna be like, oh, great, great.
So I'm gonna give you some advice.
Let's
Just
hear
for
it.
you. Because
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna assume you have a good number of subscribers.
Yeah, probably like 45,000.
Actually, we'll talk off. I would probably not necessarily make that switch for you.
See, I've heard that. So I'm glad you said that.
Because deliverability, I mean, you're going to lose about 4%. So think about what 4% hitting spam automatically, at least.
I'm glad you said that because that's where
If
I was
you look at the
like,
numbers and the analytics, calculate if 4% of people didn't open and convert through my email, what would that look like for
Sure.
me? Doesn't
Right.
matter for a new person that's new starting out. That's a later in business decision.
Yes,
But I would go on and talk to him about it too.
I will. I will. See,
Yeah.
there you go.
But,
Hey, what should I do? What are you thinking?
yeah.
But it's just, but that's the great part of having Legendary. Like, you just answered a question. I can go on and ask Ryan, Drew, like, hey,
Mhm.
what's going on? Can someone help me?
Yeah.
Just and get their opinion and get their help. I definitely use the lives or the Zooms.
Right.
Use them. Like
Yep.
and I'm telling you, even if you're
And don't
just
be afraid to raise your virtual hand
yes,
and
yes.
actually ask
Even
the
if
question.
even if you have videos or something that are,
Mhm.
you're like, why? Like, get on there and ask. Be like, all right, kid, like, why am I not? I remember him saying that all the time. Like, all right, like, you're all over the place, or your writing's too small, or like, I
Yeah.
remember being on calls and he, they would just give advice. So I highly recommend using everything you have with the blueprints.
Yeah.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
And because at the end of the day, also marketing is the same for any niche. So it doesn't matter what niche you're in. It doesn't matter what you're promoting, what you're into, what you're excited, what you're building. We can help you with it. That's what's cool. And I love it.
I've had
I love it.
I've had people that I know that took the course, like, because I recommended.
Mhm.
I don't know if you ever interviewed her. Like, they owned a campground, and she
Yeah.
owned a campground. Did you guys interview her?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because I've reached out, I'm like, this girl's got the story. You want her?
Yeah, you recommended her. Yes, she has
Yeah,
been on.
and
Yes.
she owned a campground and
Yeah.
got in your course. She saw me, took the course. She got rid of her website. She got rid of everything. And what did she sell out? And like her summer like was already sold out by like in like a month or two. She's like, this is wild. By I guess she did the videos and the funnel
Mhm.
system, and she was like, so it really works for anybody. Like
Yeah.
that's a plain example. It works for anybody. Like any business, any, affiliate marketing you can do. But if you have a business or someone, there was another girl who just started making funnels for people. Like she learned it
Uh-huh.
in her course and
Yep.
she just started making funnels for people. So
Yep.
like there's so many options
Mhm.
once you take this course that like you're not.
I have people that just end up, they love the copy side of it. So they just start writing emails. That's literally what they sell is I will write your emails for you. There's people that
Give me
just
their number.
build funnels. I will build funnels for you. Like there's so many different fingers you can go when you learn the skills and you start realizing which parts you love the most.
Correct. And I'm just the base for everything starts with this course. But I
Yeah.
always tell people just take the $5 one,
I know.
make sure
Yeah.
it's something that like sparks your interest
Mhm.
and then make a decision. Like that's just make sure it's something you actually want to do or actually gets you excited and then,
Yeah.
and then make your decision and see, me, I was like, this is great. Like I was pumped from like
Mhm.
day one,
Right.
so it was an easy decision for me. But
Yeah.
that's what I tell everyone. I'm like, just take the $5 course, check it out, see if it's something that gets you excited, and then go from there.
Mhm. Yep. Best advice there is for sure for anyone new, thinking, wondering, sitting on 6 months watching all these videos. Should I do it? It's $5. Take the challenge. See how
Correct.
you feel about it then. You're never
Correct.
going to know how you actually feel about it by watching content. You got to get
Yep.
in and get in and do it yourself. You, you
Correct.
you will never know if you're going to like basketball till you get out on the court. You're just not gonna.
Try it out. Right.
Yeah,
But like,
actually try it out.
what if you take the next 5 days and in the next year it changes your life? Because that's what
Right.
happened to me. I'm just
Mhm.
saying. But
Right.
I mean, you got to look at both sides of it too,
Mhm.
like maybe this is something you've been looking for. Okay, well, you're never
Right.
going to know if you're too afraid or, keep making excuses. You're never going to know.
Right. And this is the time. I mean, right now, if you can throw the last 2 months of 2024 into learning something new and start 2025 running,
Yep.
like
That's
that's
what I
huge.
did.
Mhm.
Last
Yeah.
year. That's what I did.
Yeah,
I
for
come
sure.
in, fire burning, let's go. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
So I want to leave you with the last word. What's your advice for that person that they've taken the challenge? They may or may not be in the blueprints. We don't know what they've decided, but they want to do this, but they're in that valley of despair right now. They're in the overwhelm. They're in the tech overwhelm. They're in the I'm trying to make videos, but nobody's watching and nobody's liking and nobody's doing this. They're in that phase of the business. What's your advice for them?
Well, first off, keep posting. They don't have to be perfect. Just keep pushing through. And make sure you're excited. Like if you're doing a niche right now and you're like, oh, I just want to do make money online because she makes lots of money doing that. And you're not like you're just doing it because you see me doing it or you doing it or someone else doing it. Like and you're not getting the excitement from it or you're not getting people excited from it. Okay, that's not your thing. Do you work out every morning and that's your like you love working out, you have a family of 4, you love cooking for them, that gets you excited. That's where you should be. You shouldn't be trying to do something like you love cooking. Okay, cool, start TikTok shop. Like get on TikTok shop, get your funnel built. Like, you can have your digital cooking recipes, through your system, but get on TikTok shop, use the pans. Like you love, like that's where this is so good. Don't just do something because you see, well, she's making money doing it, but okay, but it doesn't excite you. Find something that excites you. If it's working out, if it's cooking, if it's cleaning, if it's, what organizing, like that's what your videos should be of. That's what you should be promoting. That should be your niche, not doing a niche. Don't be doing a niche because someone else is doing it and making money. Like that is
Right.
the best advice. Like if you're not excited, like for me, I could talk all day about this course because it gets me excited and like this, but I had been missing that part for
Mhm.
years. So when
Right.
you find something, then you get excited about it. Cooking, that's not really my thing. I don't think you guys want me teaching you how to cook or anything.
Right.
But
I teach you how to boil some water.
I
I'll
mean,
show you videos of my husband cooking.
Me too. I have a softball account, and it just started with these videos. Like some of these videos get 10 million views. It's just me being funny with my kid. Like
Mhm.
so like that was a niche. And now, I'm putting up a little shop videos or us sitting in the ball field with some TikTok items. But that is a niche. Like I know that sounds dumb, softball, but like people like that. You guys like find your niche that gets you excited, or you're never going to go. Like it's not going to work until you find something that you can easily get out of bed every day, gets you excited, and you want to talk about it and make videos. That's literally what it comes down to. Or you want to write a course on it, or you whatever, but you got to find something that gets you excited, or you're never going to show up. Like you're just not going to show up. Like plain and simple. Like you're not going to show up unless you're excited for what you're doing.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
my best advice.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. That's perfect. God, what a pleasure to sit down and talk with you
And when are
finally.
we going to see each other again? Like, come on.
I know. I know. We gotta, I feel like that last mastermind you were at was great. It was a great mastermind.
It was great.
It was like a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind.
But it was amazing. You guys are amazing. What you learn from these, like, it's just so, like, it was awesome. Like, the amount of stuff. And when I went in, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty knowledgeable. Oh, no, I'm not. It was like, oh,
But
she
it
knows
doesn't feel like, it's 3 days. What's cool about it, mastermind, it never feels like, oh, I don't know enough. Like you don't leave like defeated. Like we have so many that attend, and at night they're like all of a sudden a group of them are getting together and they're making videos. Like you get fired up. You're like,
Yes.
"Oh, I learned something. I'm going to implement it tonight at dinner." And there's people around the hotel now meeting up, doing like mini mastermind meetings, helping make content with each
Yes.
other, being in each other's videos, learning more. And it's like the whole weekend is that way because we're now at a hotel. So everybody's together. Like
Oh,
all
you
the
were at
attendees
the
are there.
hotel now.
Yes. So all the attendees are there together. Um, in New Orleans, it had to, I
I
think
know I
it
missed it. My
it
kid
was
was playing the World
11:30
Series.
p.m. It was me, Bonnie, Sean Sorrentos, and like 9 other people. Some were sitting on the floor in the lobby. And we were having like a mini mastermind session. And we were laughing and we were sharing stories of like mess ups and how to fix this. And it was so cool. Like that's
Yes.
the sweet
Yes.
parts of being at a mastermind.
And learning so much. I remember saying to one girl, like, how do you look so good in your videos? Like, what lighting are you using? Like, I don't get it. And then when
Right.
you see those people that you've been watching our videos and thinking that, you're like, all right, just tell me. Like, they're there with you. Like, like what
Yeah,
are you
and you know
doing?
what else I love? It's funny, we get this comment all the time, is people think that we, like, keep Dave hidden, like he hides, and he's just whisked onto stage for a moment and then whisked off, and I'm like, "No, he's, like, chilling, having, a Diet
Yeah.
Coke with you at lunch."
Yeah.
He's walking around tables, he's and everyone's like, "Oh, you're just like real people." We're like, "Yeah, we're just here to make sure everybody wins. We want everybody to win."
And that's how they made me feel. Like, I'm really here. Like, it's like I'm a normal person. If you would see the mess in my office as we're videoing right now, you'd be like, oh, she is like me. Like, I swear, I just look good on video, guys. That's it. Like, I'm a normal.
Totally, totally. I love it. And speaking of mastermind, you can
Oh,
go grab a ticket. There's 2 ways to grab a ticket. Head over to legendarymarketer.com/enroll, and you will see a link right to the mastermind sales page that you can go grab your ticket. If you have questions about mastermind, you can email the amazing Becca at events, events at legendarymarketer.com if you have any questions. shoot an email right to there, or just go to support@legendarymarketer.com. It'll all get there. But if you have questions, go there. And of course, you can grab your ticket. You can also sign up for the challenge right here at legendarymarketer.com/enroll. Wherever you are at in your journey, we got you. We got you.
That's right.
Well, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming on. Of course, we definitely have to have you back.
Hopefully I see you at Mastermind.
Right? We need
Like,
Mastermind.
I looked
All
at
of
the
that
date
good
right away.
stuff.
I'm like, when is that?
Yep.
Hopefully.
Our next one is in Austin, the end of January. So at a pretty cool like boutique hotel right off of 6th Street. So pretty fun area. But yeah, it's going to be a blast.
So
and
exciting.
thanks for coming on today. As always, a pleasure. And I can't wait to have you back because I just love your energy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure.
Happy Friday.
Yes. All right, guys, please go follow her, our Run on Magic Mom on TikTok. You can find her at Run on Magic Mom, all connected. Go find her on TikTok, see what she's doing over there. You can find her on Instagram, but here we have some underscores: run_on_magic_mom. You'll find her there. And then on Facebook, just search Run on Magic Mom and find her there. Make sure it's the real account with some solid followers that are there, not any of the fake ones, because that tends to happen on Facebook. But once again, TikTok is on the screen, Instagram, and on Facebook right here. And then for those that we talked a lot about getting started, staying consistent. If you would like a 30-minute call with a pretty cool person, it's going to be with Bonnie, who is phenomenal, to just talk about how you end the start-stop cycle, how you start showing up every day, what you need. Everyone's a little different. It's a pretty valuable call. All you got to do is email dave@legendarymarketer.com with the subject accountability. That's it. You don't need to add a story. You don't need to add anything in there. Just put that in the subject. You can send a blank email and Dave will connect you right to Bonnie, and she'll send you a calendar link. You book a call and you get 30 minutes of solid time to talk about what you need for you to move forward and ahead, which is pretty awesome. Oh, happy Friday, everyone. We are back Monday with another guest. And as always, stay legendary. Peace.